Hello and welcome back to the Peak Forest Canal. If you can retrace your steps, or maybe your donkey steps back to 2 months ago, we ended up here at Marple, next to the magnificent Samuel Olnose warehouse. With that lovable 19th century structure in the middle of the morning mist, I also forgot to remind you that we were in the middle of Marple's also iconic 16-rise lock flight, which is also, by chance, one of the steepest in the country. Well, we're at lock number 9 here, which means 8 down and 8 to go. One graceful goodbye to Olnose masterpiece before we leave. And a great, horrible, busy road to get across as well. And a quick gander underneath the road here at Marple at Bridge 17. Let's get rolling. Lovely and quiet on the canal side this morning. It's the middle of November now, so don't expect to see as many barges on the move as we did on my last 2 videos, which were of course filmed in July and August respectively. Very interesting gate posts just alongside Lock 8 here, and the first of many milestones we should be passing. This one, however, seemingly devoid of mileage these days. Coming finally down to Lock Bottom, see what I did there? And we begin to see the sights, including this lovely lockkeeper's cottage. Like I ended the Chesterfield Canal at Staveley on a rather special bridge, I'll start with another here at Marple. And while this one we're about to pace across looks quite the part, I'm afraid to say it isn't it. The front of this gate might give you a hint. And in spite of its remarkable set of rivets, no, this is not the bridge we're looking for either. But only 120 foot further along, here she is, in all her glory. This is the astounding Marple Aqueduct, with its neighbouring railway viaduct right alongside it, albeit a few stories higher. The one carrying the canal across, along with me at the moment, carries a record of being the tallest aqueduct in England. Let's admire her from nearly at the other end. Then of course should become significantly more attractive when you venture down for a look beneath. Old No might take credit for the canal, but it was engineer Benjamin Outram who is the brains behind this beauty that's been standing over River Goyt since 1799. I might sit here for a minute or two, enjoy a breather, and a savour of the wonders of architecture. Back up again, and I've got to say, I'd take that ramp coming back out of that donkey tunnel at Whaley Bridge any day over this. And the tunnels today come in all shapes, sizes and forms. One last capture of the viaduct in the magnificence as the train makes her way across on the way to Manchester. While we were mentioning tunnels just a few seconds ago, I'd like to tell you that they come in all types and sizes on today's section of the canal, although there's one snag regarding the first one, in that it isn't quite a tunnel any longer, or hasn't actually been for 200 years and counting. This high-walled cutting for the next 100 metres is what used to be Rose Hill Tunnel, which was opened out in 1820. What resembles the last tiny bit of it at this other end is just a farm bridge, but with a telling look to its arch. That is evidence of its exact past. Caught our first plank rack of the day as well. How about that? Just around this next corner, however, and there is a tunnel that is very much still existent in its original form. Awkwardly as it happens, Hyde Bank Tunnel does not come formed with a towpath inside. One quick peer through to the other end. And we have to venture momentarily up and above. And back down to earth and canal again, below this attractive little bridge, belonging to the drive of the local cottagers, up there on my left. Quick view from above the other end. Course through to the other end. Definitely more tuneful from this side. Leaving it behind again and heading in the way of Romiley, and we're also back onto the industry, nestling over the other side of the water. The assortment of light grey and brick structures over on our right there are home, amongst other things, to a local chipboard firm. If anyone new to the planet, unfamiliar with that word, chipboard is a type of wood popular for making floors, furniture and countertops with. Also, given the state of my desk in my bedroom at the moment, I might have to chip in towards some of it myself. Having had to stop abruptly to adjust my hat, and we can head on safely again. Only to see one of those horrors of the canal towpath again right ahead. A pipe bridge. They're not all bad though, these fellas. Swanky design. Looks like it's got a little coolie hat on there. I still fancy mileposts a lot better though. As well as canal towpaths that do straighten out from time to time. Nothing appears to be stopping there anymore. Nice little seat over there though. That last bit must have been one of the widest canal towpaths I've ever walked. In fact, so wide, I'm surprised they didn't have up to 3 horses working alongside each other back in the era, whenever there was a barge that heavily loaded. And wherever horses began to feel lazy, there were plenty of places around for opportunity to dump their load. Not literally that one though. And not legally probably either, it's someone's property. Now there's a lovely one for a cuppa. Or a carrot. Delete as appropriate. As we come ever closer into Romiley, and along a cute little aqueduct as we do, let me entertain you with the fact that this canal doesn't cater only for mills and factories, but also for the theatre industry to boot. This quite cosy looking little venue next to me here, known accordingly as the Little Theatre, has been putting on productions on the waterside since 1947 and is actually one of 2 theatres in the town of Romiley itself. Heading off again through the edge of Romiley, we slip beneath a couple of further bridges. And a couple of barges in between them. Waltzing Matilda. Oh, it's a shop, that one. Sadly, no chance of a coffee today though. Still only about a mile left ahead. Best footbridge on the canal so far. No contest. Ooh, fancy bridges now then, do you? Well, whatever floats your boat really. Or perhaps your boat floats under. But for now, it's optical illusion time again. Because, as we're getting closer to it, you'll probably start to get what I'm rattling on at you about. You can see halfway along how it changes profile. With the radius at least a quarter wider for this last half. The widening is related to the construction of the Midland Railway, which passes over at a notably diagonal angle. So it originally been probably just more a basic wide bridge.
start with in the late 19th century. We'll last quite a minute along the canal before we come across that final dreaded obstacle. I'd have to state for the record that it is significantly more accommodating in headroom than the other tunnel we'll be coming up on soon. And High Lane Bridge, just in front itself, is a breeze to get beneath by comparison. So much for that lovely wide towpath though. Is that something just exclusive to Romiley? Or Romiley Chipboard Company maybe? Yes, face it, they're secretly using barges after all this time. And the last dreaded obstacle does indeed loom upon us right now. In the guise of the 300-metre long Woodley Tunnel. But dread ye not, because unlike Hyde Bank before, this time we do have a towpath continuing right through into the dark depths away towards Hyde. And in good old DavExplores tradition, let's get on in that darn hole. For once, I'm so glad that I'm not here with a bike, as I'd usually be. Even though this one is only about 2/3 as long as Hyde Bank, I meant. You can hardly see the railings at certain points. So I know there wasn't any gaps in them last time I came, a few months ago, but things can change. So long as I feel my hand running along something that feels metallic, I know I'm still safe. These tunnels are certainly not soundproof though. I can just as clearly hear the jumbo jets taking off from Manchester Airport in here, halfway through this tunnel, than outside in the open. As I come close to the other end, I can make out a lovely reflection in the water. I'm just going to hang the tripod over the side for a moment. As you get far closer to the end, you can see the reflection of a beautiful railway bridge crossing over the canal straight on the other end. Ta-da! One tiny last look as another brave chap takes his turn. Oh, there's two of them. Unfortunately, like as the end of the tunnel is just behind us, it is also the end of our time for today's portion of the Peak Forest Canal. Which means that the next attractive archway lurking straight behind me will have to hold on till my follow-up adventure, which will see us head on through Hyde and beyond all the way to Ashton-under-Lyne. Don't hide yourselves in the meantime. Please like and subscribe, and we'll be soon back to the towpath. Take care.